Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, the only law firm in Pahrump with a low price guarantee. Located at 41 North Highway 160, Unit 11. Call 400-0000.
Tonight on News 46, one person is airlifted from an accident on Highway 160. Quality Auto Repair is getting ready for their grand opening, and back to school means times to get your eyes checked. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, August 27th, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Frances Rust, who is the wife of former town board member Don Rust and a secretary at Manns Elementary School, was involved in a major impact collision this morning on Highway 160 and Mesquite.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall and Associates. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall and Associates cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
Unfortunately, we had a two-vehicle accident here on 160 Mesquite. There was a tan-colored Lincoln Town Car that was stopped eastbound in Mesquite, and he was attempting to go across State Route 160 on the other side, and there was a red-colored Kia that was traveling northbound on 160 approaching the intersection, and for unknown reason right now we don't know, the driver of the Lincoln Town Car failed to yield right away and cross into the line of travel of the red Kia.
Pretty high impact crash here.
Yes, it does appear so. We did have one person that was flighted out to UMC in Las Vegas. It was the driver of the red Kia.
The other driver of the other car, the Lincoln?
At this point, I believe they were transported locally here to the hospital. I don't know that for sure, but I don't see them here on scene.
So was there any other people in either of the vehicles?
At this point, it appears there's no other vehicles. We do have some witnesses that did stick around to give us some information and some statements on that, so we're going to use that as part of our investigation.
Do you know if they were wearing their seatbelts?
It does appear they were wearing their seatbelts. Yes, it does.
And then the Kia ended up into a ditch area over here. They had to do a roof extrication.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. The fire department out here with the Front Valley Fire and Rescue did a good job of getting her extricated and getting her flighted into Las Vegas as well, too.
And then the traffic was shut down?
Traffic is shut down. We do have some minor traffic. Right now it's being diverted. Northbound 160 is being diverted onto westbound Irene, and we have southbound traffic on 160 that is being diverted as well, too. We know it's an inconvenience, but we just want to ask people to be patient in these situations. We need to, we need to do a full investigation to make sure that we do it appropriately as well.
Do you know if the driver was impaired, or will there be a citation issued?
Right now everything is very early into the investigation right now.
And Sergeant Rivera has updated us on this, telling us that the second driver inside the Lincoln was not transported. Mrs. Rust is expected to make a full recovery from the accident. Attorney Tom Gibson filed a motion in court on Friday accusing Detective David Berukowitz from the Nye County Sheriff's Office of possibly planting evidence in a pending child pornography case. The document was filed on behalf of James Earl Marshall, brother of Nye County Assistant Sheriff Rick Marshall. Marshall was arrested March 28th of 2012 after Detective David Berukowitz learned from the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force that child porn had allegedly been downloaded to an IP address linked to James Marshall's internet service account. Attorney Gibson believes that this case and others will show that Berukowitz is what they call a Brady cop, meaning that his testimony cannot be considered reliable in court. District Attorney Brian Kunze, who is the attorney for Nye County, plans to file an opposition stating that the evidence does not fit the Brady criteria. Ultimately, the court will decide. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's Traffic Bureau, along with officers from the area commands, will be conducting sobriety checkpoints and DUI saturation patrols on Labor Day weekend in all areas of Las Vegas. These events will focus on both drug and/or alcohol-impaired drivers in the hope of reducing the impact of impaired drivers and impaired-related crashes. The Broadhead family have started out another venture as racing season at Pahrump Valley Speedway is still going strong this season. The talented, mechanically impaired family is opening up quality auto repair at the end of Postal Road. We spoke to Chad and his brother Jabez, who is also known as Roscoe, about their new shop.
Me and my brother decided to go ahead and open up a mechanic shop in town. We're trying to keep our roots here in Pahrump. We want to stay here. We want to retire here, so we figured we better invest in something else. So we decided to go ahead and open another mechanic shop.
What's the name of the business?
Quality Auto Repair.
Let's talk a little bit about what separates you from other auto mechanics.
Well, we're basically the same. We're going to do from A to Z from the auto mechanics, but we're going to try to make everybody feel relaxed, comfortable. They can come in, a nice facility, nice waiting room, nice shop, new equipment, and just give them overall good quality.
And that's something that people are really looking for, as well as, of course, honesty in a mechanic, and that's something that the Broadhead name is going to be hinged on, right?
Exactly. You know, we try, if we give somebody our word, we'll do our best to stand by it. We'll die by our word, because that we believe that makes everybody who they are, is by your word.
Let's talk a little bit about your guys' background and mechanic experience.
I've got about 25, little over 25 years in the field. I went through the automotive school for it and everything 25 years ago. I don't have many comebacks. I'm very, how would you say, persistent on going by the book. I don't like to take shortcuts. And if a car needs it, it needs it. If it don't, I'm not going to do something a car does not need.
From everything from just the simple repairs into total engine overhauls, transmission?
I've done engine overhauls. I've replaced hundreds of engines. I've replaced hundreds of trannies. All of the basic work on a vehicle, I've done it all.
You've had a mechanic shop here in town a few years ago.
Yeah, we was, my wife and I was trying to get one going up here, but we had some issues. We had to go back to Salt Lake, so we went back, had some stuff going on down there, but now we're back.
This is a convenient location near the center of town.
Yes, it is. We're directly behind the post office. That's the clientele we're trying to draw in. We're trying to give everybody an easy place. If they want to come downtown and do their shopping or go to the postal service or whatever, they can drop their car off, get a quick inspection, see if they need anything, or if they do need something repaired, we can fix it really quick. We're going to offer them a courier service so we can take them to and from their home if they need their car done, and just make them feel like they're part of the family and feel comfortable.
I see you guys are putting up the signs, getting everything going. When's the first day of operation? Can people make appointments now?
You bet. You can call us right now and make an appointment, but September 1st is our opening day, next Monday. And come on down, check us out, see what we have to offer, and just say hi.
When we come back from this break, your Desert View Hospital health tip.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Atrial fibrillation, or AFib, is a common type of abnormal heart rhythm. Having chronic AFib increases the risk of stroke. AFib can develop after undergoing different types of surgery, including heart surgery. A new study examined patients with newly diagnosed AFib after surgery and whether their long-term stroke risk was increased. Catherine Dolph explains in this week's JAMA report.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
In this case, the patient is in atrial fibrillation, or AFib. The smaller waves are irregular and seem to come and go. A patient can develop this abnormal heart rhythm during or after surgery.
AFib that occurred after surgery was thought to be a temporary condition, and there was not a lot of emphasis placed on careful long-term monitoring and follow-up of patients who developed AFib after surgery.
Dr. Human Kamal from Weill Cornell Medical College and co-authors examined data from more than 1.7 million inpatient surgeries performed across the state of California over a 4-year period.
About 1.5% of these patients during or after their surgery developed AFib that seemed to be a new diagnosis.
Patients who underwent cardiac surgery had a higher risk of developing AFib than those who had other types of surgery. Both groups of patients were followed for up to 5 years after surgery to assess their stroke risk.
Among patients who had cardiac surgery, having AFib afterwards did increase your risk of stroke in the long term, but not by a tremendous amount. It was about 30% higher than the patients who didn't develop AFib. Among the patients who had non-cardiac surgery and who did develop AFib, their risk of stroke was much higher. It was about 100% higher, or twofold higher than the people who did not have AFib.
Dr. Kamal says patients developing AFib after surgery should be followed very closely.
These diagnoses of AFib after surgery need to be documented and clearly communicated to patients so that they can be followed appropriately over the long term.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
More research is needed to learn if the risk of stroke varies depending on how long a patient stays in AFib after surgery. A 9-year-old girl learning to fire a submachine gun accidentally killed her instructor at a shooting range in Arizona when the weapon recoiled over her shoulder. The instructor, 39-year-old Charles Vaca, died at a Las Vegas hospital late Monday night after he was shot in the head. The Mojave County Sheriff's Office said the girl was with her parents. The three reside in New Jersey. The website of Bullets and Burgers, the shooting range where the accident happened, says children between the ages of 8 and 17 can shoot a weapon if accompanied by a parent or guardian. Police say the weapon was an Uzi, an Israeli-made submachine gun that some experts say is the wrong choice of firepower for instructing a child. Attorney Nancy Lord had 36 of her pets removed from her property by Nye County authorities. A search warrant was served on the property near Stagecoach and Blag Roads after many complaints and citations to the owner found that they were deemed a nuisance to nearby residents. Neighbors stated that the numerous dogs were constantly running loose and wreaking havoc. Apparently, 50 to 60 statements have been collected over the past 2 years regarding the problem. There were an estimated 30 to 70 dogs that were owned by Lord. Some, they say, were relocated to another property. As the kids get settled back to class, now is the time to think about those yearly physicals and eye exams. We spoke to Dr. George Leaks this morning to find out more.
Well, as the child grows and develops, the eyes will change. I believe that the child's prescription will continue to change until the mid to late teens and sometimes until the early 20s. Certainly, the younger children, first, second, and third grade will change pretty rapidly sometimes. So even if a child got new glasses a year ago, they may need another pair this year. And sometimes it's not better, it's to guard the health also. We'll be checking for health-related conditions as well.
A lot of kids are using different computer devices. How can that affect eye health?
Definitely. The computer-related devices, any kind of close work, your telephone and different toys that they play games on will keep the eyes fixated at a near distance, and that in itself will cause eye strain, and sometimes will even cause the prescription to change or the nearsightedness to increase. So we definitely need to monitor that.
So sometimes kids don't notice that their eyes are changing and that it's a little bit more blurry. When you bring them in here, there might be slight changes that you would notice.
That is correct. We would do a complete eye exam, and we will check the vision against what they had the last time they were in, and if there are changes, we will know it immediately. Many times, as I said, the children do not know that they are not seeing as well as they should, especially if they've never had a pair of glasses before. So even monitoring through the school screenings or through screenings we do out in the community, they don't always pick up all of the refractive errors that children may have sometimes. So it's very important to have an in-office exam, even if you've had a screening which the child passed.
What does an exam consist of?
Well, the first thing we do is we start off with external check, make sure the eyes are healthy, make sure the eyes are straight, make sure the eyes work as a team. Then we go into the examination, which would be to check and see if they need eyeglasses. At the end, we look on the inside of the eye, make sure that the eye is healthy on the inside, which you cannot see by just looking at a person.
And then this, of course, you guys take all different types of insurances. How often should a person be checked for eye health?
Well, I think a person should get an exam yearly, even if their previous exam showed no problems or no pathologies or anything like that, once a year. Most insurances will cover an eye exam on a yearly basis, so I think people should take advantage of that if they have insurance. Sometimes they will require 2 years before they will pay for a new pair of glasses, but you should guard your health, because we can almost always find some lenses that will make you see if your eyes are healthy. But if you lose the health of the eye, then that is not always recoverable.
Mother Shirley Sotloff is pleading for her son's safe return to the terrorists holding her son hostage. She spoke directly to the ISIS leader on Al Arabiya Network television in a video broadcast today. Her son, freelance journalist Stephen Sotloff, appeared last week in an ISIS video showing the decapitation of American journalist James Foley. The militant in the video warns that Stephen Sotloff's fate depends on what President Barack Obama does next in Iraq. Public funds will be used to pay 31% of the cost of a $300 million downtown arena and professional soccer team. The city of Las Vegas, the Cordish Companies, and Finley Sports and Entertainment announced the plan in a news release. The proposal includes the construction of a 24,000-seat stadium designed specifically for Major League Soccer. The new stadium would be home to a Las Vegas-based Major League Soccer franchise and located in the city's downtown Symphony Park area, north of the Smith Center for the Performing Arts. The stadium also would be used for other community purposes and events. When we come back from this break, we'll have your entertainment this week.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Nathan Adelson Hospice, proud to be the hospice of choice in Pahrump for 15 years. Please call 775-751-6700 to find out how Nathan Adelson can assist you.
Neil Young has filed for divorce from Peggy Young, his wife of 36 years and frequent music collaborator. A petition for dissolution of marriage was filed by Young in their hometown of San Mateo, California on July 29th. A hearing is scheduled for December 12th. Peggy is the inspiration for some of Young's most enduring love songs, including Such a Woman, Unknown Legend, and Once an Angel. She began serving as his background singer in the 1990s, sharing the stage with him at the 1994 Academy Awards and numerous tours over the past 20 years. Jessica Barrymore, the half-sister of actress Drew Barrymore, died from an accidental drug overdose last month, a coroner's report said Tuesday. 47-year-old Jessica Barrymore was found dead in her vehicle in her driveway on a street in National City, California, near San Diego. Toxicology tests revealed that she had methamphetamine, alcohol, methadone, tramadol, and nordiazepam in her system. Jessica Barrymore and Drew Barrymore are both daughters of actor John Drew Barrymore and have different mothers. Drew Barrymore, who was born 9 years after Jessica, met her half-sister only briefly. Seth Meyers hosted the 66th Annual Emmy Awards Monday night at the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles. Modern Family won the record-tying 5th Best Comedy Emmy Award, and a dominant Breaking Bad captured the Top Drama Award, and a trio of acting honors in Monday's ceremony, which took a somber turn as Robin Williams was remembered with a restraint and grace by his longtime friend Billy Crystal at the end of a tribute to industry members who died last year. Bryan Cranston was honored as Best Actor in a Drama for Breaking Bad. The Good Wife star Juliana Margulies won the Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a Drama Series. The Emmys this year moved to Monday night instead of Sunday to avoid a conflict with Sunday's MTV Video Music Awards. For a complete list of Emmy Awards winners, you can find them on the web. And speaking of the MTV Video Music Awards, the video of the year went to Miley Cyrus for Wrecking Ball. Best Male Video went to Ed Sheeran for Sing. Best Female Video went to Katy Perry for Dark Horse. Best Pop Video, Ariana Grande for Problem. And Best Rock Video, Lorde for Royals. For a complete list, you can find them on the web. Interesting enough, the young man Miley Cyrus chose to represent homeless youth at the MTV Video Awards music ceremony, and collect her award for her is not only a youth but actually an adult on the run from authorities in Oregon. An arrest warrant was issued for Jesse Helt, who's 22, when he stopped checking in with his probation officer for a criminal trespass conviction in November of 2011. Reportedly, he has returned to the Polk County area where he will be taken into custody. Meg Ryan and John Mellencamp have ended their relationship after 3 years of dating. The two split a couple weeks ago. The pair had kept their relationship relatively quiet. The couple began going out sometime in late 2010 after Mellencamp separated from his wife of 18 years, Elaine Irwin Mellencamp. Meg Ryan is 52 and John is 62. They spent time together on both the East Coast and in Mellencamp's longtime home of Indiana. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your entertainment this week.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Wednesday, August 27th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 93 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 100 degrees. Winds were coming from the south-southwest today at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour. So we had some pretty calm winds in comparison to yesterday's high winds. Our UV index today was 8, which is very high. Humidity was at 11% today. Sunrise was at 6:11 this morning, and the record high in 2001 was 109 degrees. Tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 69 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 78 degrees. Winds will be coming from the northeast at 2 miles per hour with gusts up to 5 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 17%. Sunset will be at 7:19 p.m. and the record low in 1943 was 60 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies with a high of 100 degrees and a low of 73 degrees. Winds will be coming from the southwest at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 7 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 12%. Sunrise will be at 6:12 a.m. and the UV index will be 9, which is very high. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly sunny week, though we might be seeing some clouds outside this Saturday. Overall, your temperatures for these next 7 days look pretty moderate. Your high temperatures will be ranging from 96 degrees to 99 degrees, and your low temperatures will be ranging from 69 degrees next Wednesday to 72 degrees.
Thanks so much, Noah. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. We'll see you all back here tomorrow night. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.